All right, guys, today we got a special guest. I thought we'd do things different today, but you guys know him as Dr. Khan, aka Lazarus, straight from Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? He going crazy on the internet right now, got the streets buzzing. Welcome him, man. What up, though?
What up, though, man? Detroit in the building, baby.
How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. Just working, man. Just balancing the medicine with the hip hop like I do, man. It's just like it's a constant balance, my time and my energies, man. This hip hop is crazy, medicine is crazy, and I juggle them both, baby.
I know, man. You like one of the hardest working people I've ever, known about. Like, I don't know how you do it.
It's crazy, man. It's just I've been doing both my whole life, so it's just kind of like I know when to take the time out to focus on hip hop and when to take the time out to focus on the medicine. Cause it's all about time management. You got to be able to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. So usually I like to start at the beginning, but we got so much going on that I got to start with the relevant stuff. You just dropped a brand new song with D12 Swifty McVeigh called
Yes,
Death
sir.
Blow, and you're
Right.
clearly dissing Emiway. Talk to us about the issues with Emiway. Like, how did this even come about?
Man, it's crazy because we had first done a song together. We were in
Lobotomy.
Qatar. Yeah, Lobotomy. We did Lobotomy, bro. And it was great energy. We came together, we did that record. The fans loved it. And it got so much positive reception that, it was just, he was real hip on Detroit, Detroit hip hop and stuff like that. So we was like, why don't we take this further? Why don't we do a whole project together? So then we started talking about doing an album, and that album became Detroit to Anthill, because he's from the place where he's from in Mumbai is called Anthill. So we conveniently came up with the title DTA, which is Detroit to Anthill. Then it was like, I just kind of started to focus on how to put that project together. And I was like, I'm going to try to get the D12 on there, try to get Royce on there, try to get Tech 9 on there and everything like that. And we just started working on it. It was great energies. We was working on it together. And then just, things just started to get in the way of the whole process. First and foremost, it was, we wanted to shoot the videos together. Like, we didn't want to separate the shoots. Like, there was thoughts of us, like me and the guy shooting in Detroit and him shooting in India and stuff like that. But it just didn't work out. He actually wanted to be in Detroit. So that was the thing. So then I was like, you know what? Why don't I step in and help with the visa process? So I got in touch with an immigration lawyer, and we started working on trying to get a visa for him. So that first time that we applied for his visa, it was for him and his team. It was only for like a limited window. It was like a 2-week window. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little bit difficult with a schedule for him to make it on that first trip. He put money into it. I put money into it. And it just got, it became difficult for him to come at that time. So it was completely understandable. But then what happened after that was I was like, all right, well, I had to reschedule everybody, like Royce, D12, Denon, Tech. Everybody was all scheduled during that window. So I had to call everybody and be like, hey, my bad, this didn't work out. We're going to do this again another time. This time I wanted to be more organized. So I started ahead of time. And that first one was in 23. And the next visa that I applied for him was in 24. So this time I talked to him beforehand and I said, listen, let's do our shoots in Detroit from this window to this window. And this time we applied for a 3-month O1 visa with his team as well. So we got a head start on it to make sure that we get it done on time. And then once he got his visa, the 3-month visa, he started coming up with a whole bunch of stuff like, man, I can't make it to America during this window. I got to go to Finland. And, my girl wants me to do this and that. And then it just started to become convoluted. I'm like, bro, I got all these meetings set up. Like, this is the second time I'm telling these guys to reschedule their time to do these video shoots. Royce is asking me questions. And up until now, too, he sent like a couple verses for the album. And, like, it just the verses wasn't cutting it. They weren't cutting it. And then we even talked about him coming over here and we working on the verses together in the studio. Like, we would actually get in the studio at the Emzo studio, Bass Brothers studio, and actually sit down and like make sure the bars hit. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wanted him to sound good on his project, like really good on his project.
What about it wasn't hitting? Was like he wasn't flowing right, or like the lyrics weren't good? Like what exactly?
I think it was a combination of all of those things. And I played it to my team. I played it to D12 dudes and Royce. Everybody, like, they were like, yo, this, yeah, he needed a little work on that. You know what I'm saying? He needed to work on it. So then he had turned around and he was having problems with Royce's verse, and that just threw me off. Like, it was just weird to me, bro. Like, that's Royce the 5'9", bro. Like, what are you talking about? But anyway, I disregarded all that. I talked to Denon Porter because I was trying to get production from him on an album. And when I reached out to Denon, and Denon and me really started talking a lot, especially after Pale Blue Dot came out, the one I did from Outer Space. And then I was like, look, I got this project with this dude. It's called Detroit to Anthophil. And he's a big artist in India. I really want to do this collaboration with you doing production on it. And then Denon was not keen on that. He was like, let me do something solo for you. Let me give you a solo project that I want to produce for you. So the Scalpel track that came out in 23, that was actually originally I was trying to get Emiway on the track, but Denon didn't want that at the time. He wanted to just give me a solo record. But then after I insisted, I was like, listen, I really want to get this guy a track, and ultimately he gave me another beat for the DTA project. And I talked to Emiway about that. And then Emiway was just like, I want to do a track with M. Like, I want to do a track with M. I want to do a track with M. I'm like, bro, I got you, bro. But we got to set up the bridge here. We got to get you a connection. We got to get you with Royce. I got you with Bazaar. I got you with Swift. You know what I'm saying? And then I was talking to Tech Nine and getting that whole project together as well. And he kept saying no, it's M. And then he kept coming up with different excuses until, that second visa, when he got it, I was like, you know what? If he don't got the verses done, he's going to get the verses done when he comes to Detroit. And then he's like, no, like, and then, the things started happening with his girl. And bro, like, his girl, bro, is like, she's like, she runs him. She's his boss. Like, I'm talking to dude on the phone and she grabs the phone and she's like, no, he's going to do this and no, he's going to do that. And just running him, bro. Like, just hitting him with a stick. Like, no, you got to do this. Do it like my way. You got to do it like this. You got to do it like this. No, you can't go to the States. You got to come to Finland. I'm like, bro, can you just like do the Finland trip later? Cause I talked to Royce and we're going to try to take your dedication track to M and try to get that to him. We're going to get this meeting up with Tech Nine. And then we got these video shoots. Like, I set him up. I put all this money into this, bro. And he just disregarded it. He's like, bro, sorry, I can't come.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, right? Because he made some strong accusations saying you stole money from him and everything, but you were actually putting up a lot of bread for these visas, like out of your own pocket.
Right. It was a lot. It was not even just the visas. It was like, even to get the video shoot set up and like in Airbnb, like even Airbnbs that I had like paid for that I wasn't able to get refunds on. Like, there's so many different costs that were put together. Like, I spent upward of 25, maybe 30 grand on a project total,
Damn.
and he did put some money down as well. But I put like about 3 times more money into the project. So when he came with the accusation that I stole, I was like, bro, where's that even coming from? Like, if anything, you stole. But I mean, that's just lame to even talk about that. We both put money into the project. You feel me?
So when you did that first song with him, right? Did you
Yeah.
guys build like a relationship prior to that? Or it was just more of like, this is a little transactional. You saw the
No, no,
outcome
no.
that,
There was no transaction whatsoever for lobotomy. We actually linked up, and as a producer that linked us together, and it was just mutual love that started that project. It was mutual love. There was no transactional history to that record at all, other than like me flying out to Qatar.
behind the scenes though, you guys were talking like it felt
Yeah, yeah.
like dope.
Everything felt very genuine and cool, man. Everything felt genuine and dope.
So in a way you felt blindsided by this whole thing then
Yeah,
where it was just like,
100.
wow, like really like Mr. Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
basically
Well,
like,
so I mean, the thing about it is that once the whole visa thing happened, that really rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, yo, this was the time for this album to happen. And this whole time you gotta understand, I'm going on different interviews and podcasts. Like, I'm putting so much work into it. I'm going on Shade 45. I'm on Who Kids channel. I'm on various different platforms just speaking about and bigging him up. Like, I introduced his name to Royce. I introduced his name to DJ Who Kid. I introduced his name to Denon Porter. I introduced his name to all these people. And it was just like, is this dude's thankless. Like, he has no appreciation for all the stuff that I'm doing. And then it was just at the end of the day, it was like, oh, I can't make it to the States. And then further dialogue is like, all right, well, let's continue the project and let's do it another way. Let's film it in different parts of the world, or let's film it in Dubai or something. And every time he just give me the runaround, just give me the runaround. Like Deets was Swift and Bizarre, everybody like, yo, what's up with dude? Like, are we doing this or not? Years going by. The fans are like cussing me every day, like, yo, what's up with this album? Blaming me for it. And it just got frustrating, bro. It got so frustrating. And then ultimately what happened at the end was that he hits me up and he's like, yo, I wanna can you reach out to Tech Nine for this track? I want to get Tech on the record, right? So I reach out to Tech Nine and I'm like, yo, I got this track, with Emiway and this and that. And then Tech was like, yo, this would be great for the three of us to do for the DTA project. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I talked to Emiway about it, and he's like, no, I don't want you on the track. I just want to do it with Tech. And then he starts bringing up, for the first time ever, the countries. He's like, you have Pakistani background, I'm Indian. So then this becomes like a problem all of a sudden. It just threw me for a loop, bro. I never, ever, ever once in my life thought about the factor of me having a Pakistani background and him having an Indian background. So he threw me for a loop. When that came out, I was just shocked, bro. I couldn't believe it that even came out of his mouth, the nationality thing. And after that, then I was like, wait a minute. That means DTA is not coming out. If that's how you feel about me, you should have told me that 3 years ago when we started doing lobotomy. Like, why is this a problem now? So that was just that broke me, bro. When he said that thing about the nationality, I was like, I couldn't believe he went there. And after that, he's like, let's cancel the project. I'm like, cancel the project after everything, all the effort, the time, and everything, just cancel the project. Bro, that shit was terrible, bro.
So you were good enough to help him get features with other people, but you weren't good enough to him in the end to like basically do the entire project with.
Right.
That's the way that he treated the situation.
You want to do the Tech record. He didn't want me a part of it. And then he didn't want me a part of any project at that point, it seemed like, because he was talking about the countries. And I'm like, yo, now you're talking about countries, like, so basically X Lazarus out of the equation. So that was just terrible, man. That was kind of how that was back in, I think, September of last year when that happened. So then I was like, bro, I have to do something with all this work that I have, bro. Like, Royce sent me verses, bro. Like, Royce the 5'9" ain't dropped a song in like 3 years, bro. I got verses from Royce. I got these dope ass verses from Biz and Tech Nine over here wanting to drop. I'm like, bro, I got records. I got to do something with them now, right? So then I reach out to one of the artists that I was really cool with, Ika from India. And I'm like, I tell him like, hey man, I had this project. Emmy was supposed to be on there, but he's not on the project no more. So would you like to do it? And Ika was like, man, Royce the 5'9" and you together on there with, yeah, that's legendary shit. So he just, Ika jumped right on it, bro, like quick. And it didn't take long. He just boom, boom, got in the studio and sent the verse. I'm like, holy shit. I wish I got something like that quick from Emiway. Like, this is crazy. Like, dude, he was signed to Nas's Mass Appeal India. He's fired, man. But then I was like, all right, cool. So we're gonna drop this record and this will repackage the project with Royce with Ika now. But once the promo started on that record and Emiway found out about the record, man, it just, he just got lit up. He got lit up and he started sending all his bots and trolls and stuff to my page. And they were trying to tell Ika to stop working with me. And then it just got crazy, man. It got ugly after that. And then he went on a live and started trolling me for like 30 minutes or an hour. I don't know how long, but he was
I think it was
trolling
an
me.
hour.
It was an hour. Like, yeah, he just starts trolling to me and start talking about my mustache and talking about this and talking about that. I'm like, bro, where's this dude coming from with all this stuff? Like, where was this energy like for 3 years? Like, now all of a sudden you bringing all this stuff out of here. Like, yo, this is just terrible, man. This is wrong. Like, this dude is weird, man. This dude is terrible. So, I just, once that happened, the record with Ika came out, you know what I'm saying? And people liked it. People genuinely really liked that record, man. And I was like, nah, that he went overboard, man. He went below the belt with the stuff that he was talking about in that live. You know what I'm saying? He went overboard with it. So I'm not even the type of person that like, I'm like, this rap, I come from battle rap, right? Originally.
Right.
But to me, it's like, I didn't want to go that route to diss this guy. Even like for all the time that I felt a certain type of way about his energy and everything, I didn't want to go that route, bro. Like, this is just, we had a really good friendship, bro. I didn't want to go that route. But when he did that trolling that he did on his live, I was like, nah, man, it's like, I'm an MC, bro, and I'm a man. So this is how I defend myself. You don't just talk that shit about me and get away with it, bro. So I got in the lab and I did what I do best. And that's hip hop, bro. I'm an MC and that's what I do. And so I got in the lab and I cooked up, You know what I'm saying? I had the track. Swift was I let Swift know the situation ahead of time. And he was like, yo, Laz, Detroit versus everybody. I got your back. I was like, all right, let's get this. I went to Detroit. We got it done, bro. We put it out. Death Below.
So the song with Royce, right, and Ika. Now you posted, Emiway's original verse on that
Yeah.
song too. So he was originally on the song. You took him off because he didn't want to be a part of DTA anymore, right? And
Mhm.
you put Ika on it. Now, for some historical context, Ika in the past has dissed Emiway. So do you think that that's why he kind of felt the type of way? It's like, oh, now you putting this guy on there that dissed me and you rocking with him.
I don't know, it could be, man, because this everybody's dissing everybody in India. That's the way the hip hop scene is over there. Everybody dissing everybody. Is the diss culture in India is like it's like the popular thing to do. Everybody like Emiway himself disses every single rapper in India, like every single one. So
Wow.
it's just that's just like that's an everyday thing over there. They
Right.
diss each other. Like there's an artist Divine who just did a he was doing a concert and he didn't even shout out he didn't shout out Emiway. Emiway got mad, did like an 8-minute record on dude. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just the way the culture is over there. They be dissing.
That's crazy, man. So I want to address a few things regarding this beef because you've been receiving a lot of backlash for bringing up his girl in the diss track. Do you think that that overstepped the boundary, or you thought that that was within bounds?
Well, people bring up family and stuff and beefs and battles. Like you've seen it happen with Drake and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? It happens with damn near every battle. But that was not never my intention to bring somebody's family into the equation, man. It's just that she in particular, like she was a big obstacle in the DTA process. Like she was a big hindrance. And me and her talked a lot. So it's not like we're talking about a random family member here that, I had no interaction with whatsoever. Like she would like grab the phone from dude and talk to me. Like there's times where I spoke to her like for long periods of times about certain conflicts and issues that were going on. And there was even an immigration issue, which I'm not covering going into right now, but it wasn't just me picking at a random family member. I'll just put it to you like that.
Right. And it's not like you said something like crazy
Yeah, I
disrespectful.
did. Now, I referenced something that was dirty that another artist said, Krishna, but I didn't say nothing like that. No, no, I didn't do that.
Right. And then now the accusation is that you disrespected India as a whole and everything, and that's kind of like the angle that is being pushed right now towards you.
Yeah, that to me, that's hilarious, man. Because first and foremost, man, I love India. I love my fans from there. Some of my best friends are from India. I've always supported artists from India. The truth of the matter is, bro, my man got his ass kicked in the rap. You know what I'm saying? He got the Jake Paul, he got the jaw broke, you know what I'm saying? And now he's trying to find some angle against me. So what had happened was because I seen his live that he just did, right? And he's talking about some army general and this, and I'm like, what is he talking about? So then he's like, Lazarus pinned some comment. So there was like a sea of hate comments that was coming on. You seen it, right? All the bots and the trolls on the comments.
Right.
So what me and my team was doing, we was trying to find any comment that was even remotely positive. We're just pinning them, pinning them. And when we pinned a comment, there were so many troll comments that the people that wrote those original comments had to take them down because they're like, their families were getting trolled and their friends and followers were getting trolled on Instagram. So it was just something we just pin a comment, take it down, pin a comment, take it down. So when he starts breaking down a comment that was pinned and he's saying that, oh, it says something about chai, like someone drinking tea and something like that. I didn't never paid no mind to that. And he's talking about, oh, there was some general in India who did this and that. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what the hell that was about. I don't even know about that story. So if that bothered somebody and was misleading, of course, I want to apologize if that misled anybody because that was never my intention to offend any country. Matter of fact, I've always and only promoted unity in my entire career in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a record called Break the Walls. You know what I'm saying? Where I say countries want to build walls and I break them down. I've showed support to so many artists from India throughout the years, man. So for calling me against being against India is just preposterous. He needs an angle, bro. My man got his jaw cracked in the verse, bro. And he trying to find something. He didn't say one thing about my bars on that whole live. He didn't say one thing about the music or about what I said to him in the song or use even any words that came out of my mouth. He's trying to find, oh, some fan wrote something and though Laz liked it or pinned it or this and that. Like he's trying to find some kind of angle, bro, because he knows he lost. He knows he got his ass kicked, man. So like I said, stop it, Jake. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? This
So
is
you
hip
feel
hop,
like
boy.
he's doing like the low hanging fruit right now, basically.
What's that?
You feel like he's like going after the low hanging fruit,
Yeah,
pretty
bro.
much.
Think about it. Let me ask you that question. If out of all the things that was said to him in that rap, in that battle, in the verse that I spit on that track, he's pulling a comment from some fan in the comment section that talked about some general or something, 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 and he's trying to use some angle, somehow, some way to spin that and turn me into somebody that hates India. Does that make
Yeah,
sense to you?
that's that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And now he's trying to set the narrative so hard that he's trying to tell the public, he's like, ban Lazarus in India, ban him, ban him, ban him. He just butthurt that I kicked his ass, bro.
Well, are you prepared now for him to release a diss track? Because he says he's working on one, right?
Shit, I've been waiting for it, bro. It's been what? It's been more than 3 days. It's gonna be 4 days tomorrow. Dog, he should have had that ready in 24 hours, man. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody like, yo, he don't he not, you know what I'm saying? And when he do, he gonna try to bring this falsification into it. He gonna try to bring this falsification into it. He gonna be like, oh, he hates my country. Let me get my country to all back me up because he just whooped my ass with the bars. We don't want to talk about the bars. We don't want to talk about hip hop. Let's talk about hip hop, boy. Let's talk about the bars, boy. Why are we talking about countries, bringing politics? Why are you spending this into politics, bro? This is about hip hop, bro. This is about MCing. I come from Detroit, bro. Detroit versus everybody. We don't do this petty shit, bro. We get in the mic and we spit bars. We don't go on vlogs talking nonsense, bro.
So, what's the chances of you guys squashing this?
I don't see that happening, bro. He took it too far. He went too far when he went trolling on the live, when he started saying all that stuff about me. He went overboard. He went overboard. It was like, that was it.
Do you feel like you got like kind of hurt in a way from that situation because you had respect for him and you thought that you guys actually had like somewhat of a friendship?
We did for 3 years. We was on and off talking. I mean, if you look at our conversations that we had in the 3 years, it's always been nothing but brother this, brother that. I've always shown the nicest side of me, and he showed the nice side of himself to me. You know what I'm saying? So we always talked, and it was just that he kept stalling and kept stalling and stalling, but I kept giving him a chance. I kept saying no. Even there was times earlier within the 3 years that we were gonna, I was thinking, should I walk away from this or should we stop this? I was like, nah, man, the fans want this album too bad. I'm gonna do everything in my power to try to make it happen.
It seems like you're really confused by this whole situation more than anything. Like, why did it have to come to this?
Right. It did, because this is not, I'm not the type, see, again, I'm not the type of rapper to just pick up the pen and start beefing with people. That's just not who I am, bro. I did a song. First of all, I'm a doctor. You know that, right? So
Right.
I work, I see my patients. And when I do the music that I do, like I just did a record with Rakim, bro, the God MC. I did a record called Pale Blue Dot from that, I worked in collaboration with NASA on, bro. And like my whole thing is like, I'm not trying to get myself into like petty shit, and going into this is just, it was forced upon me, bro. And I had to pick up the sword.
Hmm. Yeah, man. And you got the internet buzzing right now. It's been going crazy. A lot of people.
Hey man, but like I said, man, to finish that topic, man, shout out to all my fans in India, all my fans in Pakistan, and all fans in all countries around the world, man. Unity, hip hop, that's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about. And this dude is gonna try to remote control this and try to turn all these people against me and this, that, and the other, man. But this dude, he just got his ass handed to him, man, and he got no other way. He
And
got
I've
no other
seen
way.
that the reaction channels have been really picking this up, right?
Yeah,
So like,
so there's a discrepancy between the reaction channels and the actual comments than the bot comments that you see actually on the post. And that to me, I think needs to be noted. Why is it that in the reactions, everybody is so favorable towards the track when they actually listen to the bars in the reaction videos? Like No Life Shack just went up, you know what I'm saying? And versus the comments are all one-sided and they're all like, oh, like he hates India, he hates India, he hates India, da, 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 just whatever rhetoric that he's trying to force feed to his public, his audience.
mm, yeah, man. Well,
I just hope there's people out there that have a brain for themselves. That's all.
yeah.
And they can look at my track record. Look at my track record, man. Look at the records I've done. Look at the artists I've collaborated with from India. You know what I'm saying? Check out my song Break the Walls. Just I've never in my life ever, ever, ever said one derogatory thing towards India ever. Find one.
I just really hope that it could be more about hip hop. Like if it's like
That's what I'm
competitive,
talking about.
yeah, if
Like,
it's competitive and it is healthy like that, that's cool. But like once it starts to spill into this other stuff, we're creating a bigger issue that is unnecessary, you know,
right. Absolutely. And it's like now it's like we want to ban him and we want to talk to agencies and this and that. It's like, bro, why don't we just stick to the mic, bro? Like, keep it hip hop, boy.
for
What you
sure,
doing?
man. Any last thoughts about it?
Not really, man. I just like I said, I know I can't trust a lot of the people that are commenting because I think a lot of them are fake accounts. I think even my team looked at it and said a lot of these accounts are not even real accounts that are commenting about this stuff. I just hope the people that are out there, the real people, you know what I'm saying, the real individuals who have a brain, they can see that this is the most, nonsensical thing ever to pin on me, somebody like myself.
For sure.